Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are exploring an abandoned prison farm. In order to get here, we had to trek through some deep snow. When we finally arrived, we got to see what a prison looks like 40 years after it's been abandoned. Let's go. I'm almost here, but they don't plow the roads apparently, so this last little section is pretty deep snow. I'm following some tracks from a truck that came in before me, so here's hoping I don't get stuck. All right, so now there's no tire marks whatsoever. I'm just breaking trail. I guess nobody comes here in the winter time. So the good news is I've got traction and I have cell service. So in the event that I do get stuck, at least I can call for help. I mean, at this point, this doesn't even look like a road anymore. All right, so I just got through some really sketchy stuff. All right, so it looks like the road ends here. I don't know if you hike in the rest of the way or what. I'll have to check on a map. I can smell something burning. All right, it looks like we're walking from here on in. Shows about 2 kilometers. We got to go over the train tracks. All right, this keeps getting worse. I just went through the ice right there. There was a big puddle. Actually, it looks like more like a marsh. And now I've got a massive soaker. But I think I see the trail up there, so I'm gonna cross this little section and keep going, I guess. All right, so we crossed the train tracks. We're back on what looks like a road. The map says we're about 2.5 kilometers away, so I guess we'll keep going this way. Good news is I still have cell reception. More water. Oh, I got through. So we're making our way over to Camp Bison Prison Farm. This thing closed down about 40 years ago and was just abandoned. And you know, I'm so surprised that it was a farm. You can see everything here is really, really flat. Look at that old telephone box. We're walking through an area that's flooded over, but because there's snow, I can't see where the ice is in the water, so you just feel yourself walking, all of a sudden, crack, you break through, which is fine as long as you're not going past your ankles. So I'm in a bit of a tough spot right now. I'm on some ice, but I could tell it opens up right there because I could see it. So I don't know if I should risk it and go around but there's water everywhere. Everywhere I look, there's water. I guess I'll just go nice and easy and hopefully I don't fall through. Oh, that was sketchy. I don't think it was that deep, but still, I didn't want to get another soaker. All right, so the water's too deep right over here, so we're just gonna go around. So we just got across, but now we're onto some fresh tracks. Looks like it might have been a deer or something. You know, it's no wonder I'm walking through all these super deep puddles. It's because a beaver made a dam here. There's nobody here to break it open, so it's making its way back. Nice job on the dam. Oh, there it is, we've arrived. Whew. I think I got about 30,000 steps in. So I'm not gonna lie, as I'm approaching this abandoned prison, I'm getting this really eerie feeling. So this was a prison farm. And there was a town that was built around this. It had roughly 1,000 residents. And it had all kinds of amenities like public schools, churches, post office, barber shop, tailor shop, sawmill, grocery store. So it was a growing town until they shut it down. Once they shut it down, it just became a ghost town. Since then, this thing's been abandoned, run down, and people come here to visit. Lots of spray paint. You could tell lots of signs of things being broken inside. And the thing is, not easy to get here either. You have to go over a train track. They bermed a couple spots so you can't get through with trucks or ATVs if you do make it past the train tracks. So the only way to get in here really is to hike in. And that was no easy task. So at one time, this prison had 200 inmates in it. It was a medium security prison. So it wasn't like a maximum security prison. I don't think there's any electric chairs or anything like that. Now, I'm not too sure what you got to do to get into a medium security prison. I'm assuming it's nothing crazy. This place did have one murderer from what I looked into. There was one person that was in here for murder. He escapes, made his way down to Toronto, but then they caught him and ended up going to a different prison. It's most likely the people that ended up in here just did like petty crimes, or people who put up Christmas decorations too early, or people who wear socks with sandals in the summer. And this is prime real estate out here. This place got bought out. It's privately owned. If you want to come here, you can still come, but you have to sign a waiver and you have to pay a small fee. But I think I've seen all I need to see now, and it's time to make the big trek back. Let me tell you one thing, walking through the snow doesn't make it easy. I do recommend if you do this trip to do it in the summertime. Don't do it in the winter. It's way too dangerous. You don't know if you're walking on ice, slush, deep snow. There's a couple holes along the way. You know, I pretty much saw what I thought I was gonna see, so there's no surprise there. But it's nice when you go for a hike to have a destination. And I think that's what that was all about, just to get out, some fresh air, go check out some neat stuff, and make your way home. Well, that's it for this week's video, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. My name is Paul Corsi. We'll see you on the next one.